I welcome you to my channel. Subscribe and listen to my new stories every day. During one of my routine walks through the city, I breathe in the familiar sense of roasted coffee and freshly baked pastries wafting from the nearby café. The sun hangs low, casting a golden hue on the bustling streets, and for a moment, everything feels normal. I'm lost in my thoughts when something catches my eye. Viola. My wife. I can't believe it. She's entering the café, but she's not alone. A stranger walks beside her, his hand casually brushing against her back. My heart races. What is she doing with him? Curiosity churns in my stomach, pushing me to follow them inside. I take a seat at a small table in the corner, trying to blend into the background. The waiter approaches, and I look away, feigning interest in the menu. "Can I get you anything?" he asks. "Just a coffee, black," I mumble, my gaze darting toward Viola. She's laughing, her head thrown back in that carefree way I haven't seen in months. The stranger leans in, whispering something in her ear, and I feel a pang of jealousy stab through me. After a while, I notice they've vanished. My heart drops. Panic surges. Had this man kidnapped her? I shoot up from my seat, scanning the restaurant frantically. Tables filled with patrons chat and sip their drinks, oblivious to my turmoil. I push through the crowd, heading toward the restroom area. My instincts scream that I need to find her. The dimly lit hallway leads me to a door marked "Restrooms." I hesitate, my hand hovering over the knob. A sense of dread washes over me, but I turn the handle. The sight before me is a gut punch. My wife, Viola, half naked, is knelt before this stranger, her eyes closed in ecstasy. My breath catches in my throat. I can't comprehend the scene unfolding. Anger and betrayal ignite within me, mixing with disbelief. I should be horrified, yet I feel a sick fascination gripping me. "Viola!" I roar, the word escaping my lips before I can think. She snaps her head up, shock flickering across her face. The stranger jumps back, zipping his pants as if trying to erase the moment. "What the hell are you doing?" I demand, my voice trembling with rage. "David. I can explain." Viola stammers, her cheeks flushed, a mixture of fear and shame. "No need for explanations. I just witnessed you with him," I shoot back, my heart pounding in my ears. "Is this what our marriage has come to?" "I didn't mean for you to find out like this," she pleads, her voice quivering. "Like what? This?" I gesture toward the man, who looks equally guilty and bewildered. "You're betraying me, Viola." The man steps forward, a defensive look on his face. "Hey, man, it's not what it looks like." I shove him back, my anger boiling over. "Shut up. You don't get to say anything." I turn my attention back to Viola, disbelief fueling my fury. "How could you do this to me?" "David, please, it was just a mistake. I've been feeling so lonely," she cries, her voice breaking. "You've been so distant." "Distant? Or is it that you've been unfaithful?" I retort, my fists clenched at my sides. "What do you think this means for us?" Her expression shifts, the realization of her betrayal settling in. "I never wanted it to come to this," she whispers, tears streaming down her face. "I love you." Love. The word feels hollow now. Love? If you loved me, you wouldn't be here, would you? The tension thickens as silence envelopes us, her guilt hanging heavy in the air. I can't look at her anymore, the sight of her tarnished by this betrayal is too much to bear. I turn on my heel and storm out, my heart racing, the world around me blurring. As I step back onto the street, the cool air hits my face, grounding me. I feel a dark determination rising within. I can't just walk away, I need revenge. I need to make her understand the weight of her actions. The thought of divorce flits through my mind like a dark cloud, but it feels like the only path forward. I glance back at the café, knowing I'm leaving something behind that will never return. The weeks ahead will be filled with planning, plotting my revenge, and executing a plan that will ensure she feels the pain she inflicted on me. I won't let this betrayal go unanswered. I refuse to be the one left broken and betrayed. Our paths will part forever, and she will know exactly why. As I walk away, my heart heavy with grief and anger, I remind myself that this is just the beginning. The story of betrayal and revenge is just unfolding, and I'm determined to write every painful chapter. The days that follow are a blur of emotions, rage, disbelief, and a heavy heart. I keep replaying the scene in the cafe, the image of Viola with him burned into my mind. Each moment of solitude feels like a reminder of the betrayal that has shattered our marriage. The memories of our life together, the shared laughter, the quiet evenings, are all overshadowed by the gut-wrenching reality of her infidelity. I find myself wandering the streets aimlessly, but each corner I turn only deepens my resolve for revenge. I spend countless hours concocting a plan, searching for ways to make Viola feel the weight of her actions. I need her to understand the depths of my hurt. One evening, I sit in my living room, the soft glow of the lamp illuminating the papers scattered on the table. I've compiled a list of everything I know about her, her routines, her friends, the secrets she thinks I'm unaware of. I take a deep breath and dial Mike, my best friend since college. He's always been my confidant, and right now, I need his support. David. It's been a while, man. What's up? Mike's voice crackles through the phone, cheerful and unsuspecting. Hey, Mike. I need to talk, I reply, my voice steady but strained. What's going on? You sound serious, he says, concern creeping into his tone. I found Viola with another guy, I blurt out, feeling the weight of the words hit me like a slap. I caught them in a cafe, she was with him. Silence falls on the other end, heavy and suffocating. Are you serious? Man, I'm sorry. What did she say? She tried to explain, but it doesn't matter. It's over, I say, my voice hardening. I want to make her feel what I feel. I need to show her the consequences of her actions. Revenge? He asks, surprised. David, are you sure about that? I'm done playing the nice guy, Mike. She doesn't get to just walk away from this unscathed, I reply, feeling a surge of adrenaline course through me. Alright, what do you have in mind? Mike asks, now fully engaged. I've got some ideas, I say, a twisted smile creeping onto my face. I want to gather evidence of her infidelity, photos, conversations, everything. Then I'll confront her with it. I want to see her face when she realizes she can't hide anymore. Sounds risky, but if that's what you want, I'm in, Mike says, his voice steady. Just be careful, man. You know how emotions can cloud judgment. Yeah, I know, I sigh. But this is bigger than us now. I need to do this. The plan takes shape over the next few days. I start by shadowing Viola, watching her every move, pretending to go about my daily life while secretly tracking her. I manage to follow her to the gym one morning, my heart pounding as I wait outside, scanning the crowd for her. I see her laughing with friends, her vibrant smile glowing, and a wave of jealousy crashes over me. After her workout, she heads to a nearby cafe, and I keep my distance, blending into the background. I pull out my phone and snap a few photos of her as she sips her drink, oblivious to my presence. It feels both exhilarating and sickening, but I remind myself that this is the only way. That afternoon, I meet Mike to share what I've gathered. We sit at our usual bar, and I slide my phone across the table, showing him the images of Viola. Look at this, I say, frustration boiling in my voice. She thinks she can just act like nothing happened. Mike examines the pictures, his expression shifting from curiosity to concern. Dude, this is heavy. You're sure you want to go through with this? Yes, I reply, my voice unwavering. I want her to understand the pain she's caused me. We strategize, crafting messages that I'll send to Viola, hints that I know more than she thinks. I want to create an atmosphere of paranoia and fear, to watch as her confidence crumbles. Let's start small, Mike suggests. Send her something vague, like you've got a surprise for her. Make her sweat a little. I nod, the idea taking root. Yeah, that'll get her attention. That night, as I lie in bed, I compose the message. My finger hovers over the screen, and I type, I know what you've been up to. You won't get away with this. My heart races as I hit send, a mixture of anxiety and excitement flooding my veins. The next morning, I wait for her response, anticipation buzzing in the air. When my phone finally vibrates, I jump, grabbing it quickly. It's a simple message, what do you mean? A smirk forms on my lips. She's already on edge. I type back, you'll find out soon enough. Just remember, everything comes with a price. As the days pass, the tension grows. I revel in the chaos I've started, and with every interaction, I feel a sense of control returning. I'm no longer the man who was blindsided by betrayal, I'm the one holding the reins now. The calm before the storm is exhilarating, and I know that soon enough, the truth will unfold, leading to an inevitable confrontation that will change everything. I brace myself, knowing that this is just the beginning of the unraveling. The main plot is in motion, and I'm ready to see how deep the betrayal runs and what lengths I'll go to reclaim my shattered life. Days turn into a blur as I play the waiting game. Each message I send Viola feels like a thread weaving a complex web of deception. I relish the power, knowing I have the upper hand, but it's a double-edged sword. The thrill of revenge is intoxicating, yet there's a nagging voice in the back of my mind reminding me of the chaos it brings. One evening, I'm sitting in my living room, scrolling through the photos I've taken of Viola at the café and the gym. Each image is a reminder of the betrayal that ignited this fire within me. I can't help but wonder how far I'm willing to go. My phone buzzes, breaking my reverie. It's a text from Mike. Hey, we need to talk. Can you meet up? A knot of anxiety forms in my stomach. I type back quickly, yeah, I'll be there in 20. I grab my jacket and head out, the cool evening air wrapping around me like a shroud. As I walk to our usual spot, the familiar streets feel different, charged with tension. Mike is already waiting at the bar, his expression serious as I slide into the booth across from him. What's going on? I ask, trying to gauge his mood. He leans in, lowering his voice. I've been thinking about what you're doing, David. I know you're hurting, but this revenge thing, it's dangerous. I scoff, feeling a mix of irritation and anger. You think I should just let her get away with it? Pretend nothing happened? No, but there are other ways to handle it. You're playing a risky game. What if she finds out you're following her? Mike counters, concern etched on his face. I lean back, crossing my arms. I'm not afraid of her finding out. I want her to know I know. I want her to feel the fear and uncertainty I felt when I caught her. Okay, but you need to think this through. You could end up hurting yourself more than you realize, he warns. I've already been hurt, Mike. I'm just evening the score, I reply, my voice firm. Mike shakes his head, running a hand through his hair. Just promise me you'll be careful. You're in deep, and I don't want to see you get hurt. I nod, though his concern only fuels my determination. I'm not going to back down. The thrill of the chase is too exhilarating, and the prospect of exposing Viola's betrayal keeps me focused. As the night drags on, I devise my next move. I want to make sure she's unsettled, so I decide to ramp up my messages. I start by sending a text that reads, "The truth always comes out. Just wait and see." The response comes swiftly, "What do you mean? Are you trying to scare me?" I smirk at her defensiveness. "You'll find out soon enough. I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise." I can practically feel her anxiety from the other side of the screen, and it gives me a twisted sense of satisfaction. This is what I want, for her to realize that her actions have consequences. The next morning, I head to the gym, hoping to run into her. My heart races as I walk through the familiar doors, my mind racing with possibilities. I scan the room, searching for her familiar figure among the sea of workout enthusiasts. When I finally spot her, she's in a group class, laughing and chatting with a friend, her carefree demeanor striking a stark contrast to the storm brewing inside me. I decide to play it cool, not wanting to give away my intentions. As the class ends, I approach her casually. "Hey, Viola," I say, feigning nonchalance. She turns, surprise flickering across her face. "David. What are you doing here?" "Just working out." "You know me," I reply, shrugging. "How's everything going?" "Fine, just busy with work and life," she says, her eyes darting away, betraying her unease. "Busy, huh? I've noticed you've been spending a lot of time at that café," I say, my tone light but laced with meaning. Her expression tightens, and I can see her trying to mask her panic. "Yeah, just grabbing coffee with friends. Nothing wrong with that." "Of course not," I say, a smile creeping onto my face. "Just thought it was interesting." The tension thickens as we exchange pleasantries, but I can sense her discomfort. I'm digging deeper, watching as she squirms under the weight of my words. I want her to feel this anxiety, I want to peel back the layers of her facade. Later that afternoon, I receive a call from Mike. "David, I've been doing some thinking about this whole situation," he says, his voice tense. "I want to help you, but I need to know you're committed to this." "I'm in, Mike. I want to see this through," I reply, determination flooding my voice. "All right. I've got a few ideas on how we can gather more evidence." "We need to catch her in the act," he says, excitement creeping into his tone. "What do you have in mind?" I ask, intrigued. "Let's set up some surveillance. I can help you get a camera and record her next meeting with this guy," he suggests. A thrill runs through me at the thought of capturing her betrayal on film. "That's brilliant," I say, feeling a surge of adrenaline. "When can we do it?" "How about tomorrow evening? We'll stake out the café. If she meets up with him again, we'll have the proof we need." "Perfect," I reply, anticipation bubbling within me. She won't see this coming. As we finalize the plan, a mix of excitement and dread fills me. I'm crossing a line, but I can't turn back now. The promise of revenge fuels me, and I'm ready to expose Viola's treachery. That night, I lay awake, envisioning the confrontation that will come once I have undeniable proof. I feel like a hunter stalking its prey, and with each passing moment, the anticipation builds. The main plot is drawing closer to a climax, and I'm ready to unleash the storm. The web of deception is tightening around Viola, and soon, the truth will unravel, leading us down a path that neither of us can escape. The day arrives, and my heart pounds with anticipation as Mike and I prepare to put our plan into action. We meet in the late afternoon, just outside the cafe where Viola has met the stranger multiple times. The sun casts long shadows, and the air is thick with tension. I can hardly contain the whirlwind of emotions surging through me, anger, betrayal, and a twisted sense of justice. "Are you ready for this?" Mike asks, checking the small camera we've rigged to capture any incriminating moments. "As ready as I'll ever be," I reply, my voice steady, masking the turmoil inside me. "Let's get this over with." We find a discreet spot across the street, hidden behind a row of trees. I pull out my phone, watching as the cafe door swings open and closed. My palms sweat as I wait, envisioning the moment when I finally confront Viola and the stranger. "Just remember to stay calm," Mike says, peering through the camera's viewfinder. "Let the footage speak for itself." Minutes stretch into what feels like hours, and finally, I see her. Viola enters the cafe, her head held high, oblivious to the storm that's about to break. My heart races as I lean closer, the adrenaline coursing through me. "Here we go," I whisper, my focus narrowing. Inside, I can see her laugh with the stranger, their body language too intimate for my liking. I can't help but clench my fists, the anger bubbling beneath the surface. With each shared smile, the resolve to take revenge solidifies. This betrayal isn't just a fleeting moment, it's a wound that runs deep. After a while, they finish their drinks and stand to leave. I nod to Mike, who starts recording. We follow them from a safe distance, my heart racing as we trail them down the street, feeling like a predator stalking its prey. "Where are we going?" I ask Mike, my voice low. "The park," he replies, eyes glued to the viewfinder. "They always go there after the café." "Perfect." As we approach the park, I can see them ahead, sitting on a bench, their laughter echoing in the stillness of the evening. I take a deep breath, my mind racing with thoughts of how to approach this moment. I need to make it count. Suddenly, the stranger leans in closer, whispering something into Viola's ear, and that's it. I've seen enough. I can't just sit back and let this happen any longer. "Let's go," I say, my voice a low growl. "Wait, we should get the evidence first," Mike starts, but I'm already moving, fueled by the fire of betrayal. I storm up to them, adrenaline surging through my veins. "Viola!" I shout, startling both of them. The stranger's eyes widen, and Viola's expression shifts from surprise to horror. "David," she gasps, standing up quickly. "What are you doing here?" "What am I doing here?" "I could ask you the same question." I snap, my voice rising. "I can't believe you have the audacity to meet him again after what you did." "David, it's not what it looks like," she pleads, desperation lacing her words. "Oh, really? Then what is it?" I ask, my voice dripping with sarcasm. "You've been lying to me, and now I catch you like this." The stranger stands up, trying to intervene. "Hey man, this isn't necessary." I shove him hard, sending him stumbling back. "Stay out of this. This is between me and my wife." "David, please." Viola cries, tears welling in her eyes. "I never meant for you to find out this way. I thought we could work through it." "Work through it? You think I want to work through a betrayal like this?" My voice is cold, each word deliberate, slicing through the air. "You have no idea what you've put me through. Just let's talk about this," she says, stepping toward me, but I take a step back, putting distance between us. "No more talking, Viola. You made your choice, and now you'll face the consequences." My heart races with the thrill of what's to come. I've waited for this moment for so long. In a flash, I pull out my phone, the camera still rolling, capturing the scene unfolding before us. "You wanted to play games? Let's see how well you handle the truth." Viola's face pales as she realizes I've recorded everything. "David, don't do this," she begs, panic setting in. "Oh, I'm just getting started," I say, turning to Mike. "Send it to her family, her friends. Let everyone see the real Viola." "No. You can't do that," she screams, her voice breaking. "It's already done." I smirk, reveling in the chaos I've unleashed. "I'll show you what betrayal feels like." As her cries fade into the background, I step back, watching as the weight of my actions crashes down on her. The stranger looks helpless, and I relish his discomfort. They both deserve this. "David, I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to make this right." Viola pleads, but I can see the desperation in her eyes. "There's nothing you can say that will change what you've done," I reply, my voice icy. "You've betrayed me, and now you'll live with that shame." I turn to leave, feeling a surge of power as I walk away, my heart pounding in my chest. I've taken my revenge, and though the pain of betrayal still lingers, I've regained a sense of control. As I step into the cool night air, I glance back one last time. Viola is slumped on the bench, tears streaming down her face, while the stranger stands beside her, looking lost. "Goodbye, Viola," I murmur, my voice barely a whisper. "You've chosen your path, and now we part ways forever." The storm has finally broken, and as I walk away, I know I'll never look back. The web of deception has unraveled, and the truth is out. In this moment, I've reclaimed my life, leaving behind the shadows of betrayal and entering a new chapter, one where I can finally breathe again, free from the weight of her lies.